So I wasn't going to make this one, right? Because the Habs won the game, and in the end, you move on, right? They won the game, and even though there were some bad calls, you brush it off onto the next one, right? But this one, man, in a third round pivotal game here for the Vegas Golden Knights and the Montreal Canadiens, it's still not sitting well with me. And this is someone, yes, I'm cheering for the Montreal Canadiens. I will openly admit it, but I'm not a Habs fan, through and through here. You guys know I'm a Flames fan here. I like Canadian teams, but the Flames are my number one. So it's not like my horse in the race is 100% die-hard, hardcore Montreal fans where I'm not going to see anything objectively. It's just going to be from the Montreal point of view. And I want to say as well that no personal attacks towards the referees from yesterday. I'm seeing some things on Twitter and stuff going after these guys. Personally, I still don't agree with that. Yes, they made some really, really bad calls, but you never attack somebody personally for something that happens in a game here. I don't agree with that at all, but I will say that, man, I do not think these guys should get another game in this series as far as officiating. And it's not just the high stick on Corey Perry that should have been a double minor there. Did you see how bad he was bleeding? I think they said 6 or 7 stitches on his nose. And everybody on the ice missed that penalty, which absolutely baffled me. But it wasn't just that, man. It was the 6, 7, you could argue, missed calls on the Montreal Canadiens. And it wasn't even just that, okay? Because I can deal with missed calls. Missed calls happen every day, every game in the National Hockey League. You get mad about it for a few seconds and then you move on. But what really grinds my gears about this type of officiating is when the refs call something on one team and not on the other. That's what really bothers me. Because if something is a hook, a hold, roughing, whatever you want, okay, on one team, you gotta call it the same way when it happens on the other team. And this is where I feel like the refs from yesterday, they completely missed the boat on this one. This was terrible in what they were doing. It seemed like Vegas was getting away with murder, and then they were literally, the Habs, they were honestly getting caught red-handed doing the exact same thing. And again, I know what you're thinking. They won, man. Forget it. Doesn't matter. 2 things there. First of all, I kept thinking, what if they didn't win that game? What if Vegas would have won that game? The hockey gods didn't give Josh Anderson that freebie from the Marc-Andre Fleury miss there. What if Vegas wins that game? What happens here today? And honestly, I just saw an article that's put up on The Athletic here. It's some crazy stuff. Yeah, here we go. An article on The Athletic from last night. NHL playoff officiating is an embarrassment we've accepted for too long. That is a harsh headline, but it tells you that it's not just this series, it's not even just that one game, it's happening across so many, and we've seen so many coaches speak out about it. Bruce Cassidy, Boston Bruins, Rod Brindamore, Carolina Hurricanes. We've seen a bunch of coaches come out and say stuff about it, and I don't know if, embarrassment, again, that's a really strong word, but something needs to happen here because it was not good at all. And I understand it's a thankless job where even if you do your job amazingly, you're still going to only get hate pretty much. You never get praised as a referee, and the game goes 100 miles an hour. It's so fast. It's tough to see anything happening. So you got to have some sympathy for these guys. You got to understand they're human. They're not always going to make the right call. But again, I can deal with missing calls. I can't deal with a discrepancy between both teams, okay? I can't deal with, okay, that's a hook on the Montreal player who did that to the Vegas guy, but when the Vegas guy does the same thing, you let it slide. And I just think that in the best league in the world, you need to have a higher standard here. And we're not talking about a regular season game on a Tuesday in March, okay, the dog days of the season. No, this is the thick of it. This could be the difference between a Stanley Cup or not, between what happens with these teams here. This is really intense, heavy stuff. You need to get it right, and you need to be on the ball here. And I don't know, this is just something I wanted to get off my chest because, like, when NHL coaches come out here and they say this type of stuff, they get fined big money, but the NHL can't come out and fine me, so I can say whatever I want about this type of thing. And again, no personal attacks. There's no need for anything, any personal attacks or any slander of any kind to these people, okay? They're still people, human beings, but I just think that the best league in the world, down the stretch in the playoffs, there needs to be a higher standard upheld by the NHL. That's what I'm saying here. And no, I don't think the league is rigged so that Vegas goes to the final, or Gary Bettman has some secret master plan to send Vegas to the final. No, I don't think any of that's true. I just think that there needs to be a higher standard upheld here. Of course, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. You know what to do. See you in the next one.